Shalom, Yahweh, Bashim Yahshai Barakatah, Yahweh Shemar Al-Thum, Bashim Yahshai. This priest and officer of 500 Mathumya out of I.S.U.P.K. started 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General YAHANNA. You know what I'm saying? We've been teaching the truth about the Bible since 1969. Teaching the truth about what? The blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the real Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You understand? And, you know what I mean? That the oppressor is the devil. And, you know what I mean, the enemy to the Most High God. You know what I mean? He's the devil the Bible speaks of because he does everything in his power to, you know what I mean, to do harm to the Lord's chosen people, to do harm to the meek. You understand? We just had camp in Trenton, New Jersey this Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Most High in Christ for that. We had came down there and you know what I mean, taught the people, taught everybody. You know what I mean? You know, turned out well. That's what we need to be doing right now in this time right now. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'd rather say it like this. You know what I mean? The people should rather gravitate to the Lord, you know what I mean, which is the priests and prophets in the I.S.U.P.K, than gathering together and listening to some false prophet in the Christian church. You understand? We was teaching the people out there, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to have the Lord allow Trenton, New Jersey, you know what I'm saying, will be, you know what I mean, Salaki, the Lord will be manifested in over Trenton, New Jersey, you know what I'm saying? As a whole, you know what I mean, we'll be strong in Trenton, you understand? And we're gonna be out here doing some more. Now our people have to gravitate towards what the Most High says and what He told for us, like He said for us to do, because for you know what I mean, the longest time we've been listening to everybody else, including who, like yeah, I just named the Christian church. That's the biggest one right now, but they're falling as well. The Christian church is nowhere where it used to be. You know what I mean? You know, you think about like 2 decades ago, even 1 decade ago. The Christian church was real strong, real prominent, you understand? But like if you look at it now, they decreased so much. They decrease so much they're not nearly in the same area, in the same space where they used to be. Because of who? The Lord, you know what I'm saying? The Lord, you know what I mean, bringing you know what I mean, pushing us here in the I.S.U.P.K to, you know what I mean, do what we do, feed and clothe our people, teach our people the truth about the Most High, teach our people, you know what I mean, how to really, you know, serve the Most High God instead of what they teach you in the church. What they're going to teach you in the church is how to be the best dancer you could be, how to dance the best, how to have, you know what I mean, how to be the best singer you could be. There are excellent singers in the Christian church. I'll give them that. But you know what I mean, to be men of God though, they don't know they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing as far as that go. And that's all that matters in this place. That's all that matters in America, you know, Asalaki. That's all that matters for the black man, Hispanic man, and Native American man in America or South Central America scattered abroad in today's time. What matters now is that we understand how, you know, how vital it is to be having the Lord, having the Most High on your side. If you don't have the Most High on your side, anything could catch you up. Anything could catch you up and make you fall and not rise. You understand? When it don't have to be that way. Let's get I'm gonna grab a scripture real quick. Grab a scripture real fast. Romans 13 and 11. Romans 13 and 11. I'm going to read right quick. This is the book of Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. Right now, it is the best time to awake out of sleep is right now. Trump, we see what Trump just did. We was just talking about it on Blackwatch yesterday. How Donald Trump, man, he's unleashing the National Guard and all types of police forces, you know what I'm saying, in the urban communities in DC. That's in DC. But what makes you think he won't do it in all other cities, where all urban cities? You know what I'm saying? He's gonna continue to do so, and continue to try to put a strain on a black community. You understand? And he did that. He did just that recently. You understand? These things are going to happen, and times is going to be rough, and he that endureth until the end shall be saved. You understand? We have to stay strong. You know what I'm saying? Paraphrasing, of course. We have to stay strong in the times that we in right now. And the times we in right now, it's going to, Satan going to get in your ear. Satan going to talk to you. Demons whispering in your ear. Man, go ahead and do this. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and smoke one more time. It ain't going to hurt you. You know what I mean? Go ahead. It ain't going to hurt you to take, one couple more hits of that, or this or whatever's messing you up or jamming you up, as far as like staying in line with what the Most High wants you to do. Oh, excuse me, y'all. Whatever's jamming you up and what the Most High wants you to be. You understand? Whatever is getting in your way of doing that, you know what I'm saying? Demons gonna get in your ear and try to take you off your path, take you off of try to put things in your way to come to class. You know what I'm saying? You could, coming to class, will help brothers and sisters out a lot. But little things get in the way. You know what I mean? It could be little things getting in your way, and that'd be Satan winning over on you. You understand? When we have to stay strong and not fall into that. I'm gonna read on. It says that now, also like that now it is high time to wake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. So now is the time where our salvation is nearer than when we believe. You understand? Our salvation is right around the corner. Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, we have to wake up. We have to wake up. You understand? We have to wake up. We've been worshiping false gods and, doing all types of iniquities, man. And the Most High is not here for it. You understand? I'm going to get the book of Judah, chapter 5. I'm going to get the book of Judah, chapter 5. You understand? Verse Judah 5 and verse 20. All right. So this is the book of Judah, chapter. Let me back this up real quick. All right, bet. So it's the book of Judah, chapter 5, verse 20. Now, therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against this people, it's talking about how, well, first off, let's break this down. This is a heathen talking to her heathen ruler, all right, speaking about us. You have to forgive me for all the yawning, sluggy. So it's a heathen talking to a heathen ruler and speaking about us. Black people, right? The nation of Israel. All right. So talking about, black people right here, right? And saying this, it's saying, now, therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against this people and they sin against their God. So if we sin against our God, these heathens know something. These heathens have an idea about what can happen if we choose to sin against our God. All right, I'm gonna read on. It says, if there be any error against this people and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin. The heathens consider that, they're done. They choosing to eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. They're finished. They're through. You understand? They chose to serve false, serve our pagan holidays. They're through. They're done. You understand? They're done because we didn't chose to turn our back on the Most High. As soon as we do that, as the second we choose to turn our back against the Most High, you understand, these heathens know something, and this is what they know. Let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. They say in their heart, you know what I mean? And this is their attitude. This is what they say in general. They say, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. I mean, overtake us, do whatever with us, you understand? And, you know, ravish us, do whatever they really want, because we choose to not serve the Most High, because we choose to disobey the Most High. You know what I mean? As soon as we choose to do that, these heathens have their way with us. These heathens have their way with us. So it's all important that we, you know, just keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Verse 21. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them. You know what I mean? Let them pass by. Let the heathens, you know what I mean, just mind their business and let us go on about our business, because we ain't disobeying the Most High. They know if we are on the side of the Most High, if we are doing what He said for us to do, they know to mind their business. They know to go about their business and to not bother us. You understand? They know to do that. You know what I mean? That's what it say right here. Let me see if it's some more. It says, and we become a reproach before all the world, just like ancient Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Egypt did the same thing America's doing now. Ancient Egypt enslaved the Most High's chosen people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And, you know, because of that, the Most High came through and destroyed them. The Most High came through and snatched us out of their hand. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, did them dirty. You understand? And America's going to be next. But that goes to show how these nations know something we don't know. Because this is in the minds of the nations today. They know this as well today. You know what I mean? That, you know, if especially our oppressor. Our oppressor knows, man, if we stop smoking cigarettes, if we stop smoking weed, if we stop stop being consumers of all the drug paraphernalia stores, that we will be, you know, better off. If we stop sleeping with a woman, with the oppressor's daughter, then we would be stronger. We will have much more integrity. If we learn to love ourselves and not hate ourselves, we will have a lot more integrity than we do now. We will have self-dignity as a nation, you know what I mean, like we never seen before. You know what I'm saying? But because we don't, you know what I'm saying, the oppressor violates us every day. The oppressor, you know what I'm saying, destroys us every day. Destroys us slowly every day. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We're pouring in the drugs, you understand? Pouring in the guns, all the, you know, CIA tactics to, you know what I mean, push us to get against each other. You know what I mean? To make us fight against one another. Like we're their pets. You understand? That's what we've been lowered down to in this place, man. They don't have any compassion on us. They don't love us. You understand? And that's why, you know, it's also important that we understand that, you know, our so-called black leaders don't do anything for us. They don't tell us anything right to do. You know what I'm saying? And where are they at now? I don't hear no black leaders now talking about anything that's going on now. Why? Because they always worked for our oppressors, man. They always been on the side of our oppressors. They always been on the side of the enemies. You know what I'm saying? They the Sadducees and Pharisees of old, resurrected back in the earth, man. They have never been on the side of the people. They never been on the side of the poor. They always been faking the funk. They always been, you know what I'm saying, playing that role, you know what I'm saying, so they could fill up their pockets, believe it or not. Where's Al Sharpton's statement about Donald Trump's move to push martial law, the National Guard in D.C.? Where's his statement on that? Where's his statement on our behalf on that? Oh, I forgot. We only have the I.S.U.P.K, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, to speak on these topics, to speak on our behalf as Black and Hispanic people, man. You know what I mean? To speak on our behalf so we can, you know, have leaders like every other nation has. Like every nation has their own leaders. Every nation has a group of leaders and someone to speak on their behalf. But we do not. Why? Because they sold us out a long time ago. Starting with your beloved Martin Luther King. You understand? The history goes way back. The history go all the way back, man, with the eugenics program and you know, Margaret Sanger, you know, the Edomites back in the day, man. The Edomites, you know, Esau back in the day, man, he's a slithering snake, a grimy bastard, you know what I mean? Because they knew back then that they had to, you know what I mean, they had to get like a religious leader in the Black community. They had to get a religious leader out of the Black community to stand for what they, to, you know, be a face for what they have to do. You know what I mean? For their diabolical plan. You understand? They diabolical scheme. They needed them. They needed an ambassador. You know what I mean? So they could do their devious work, which was the Planned Parent neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood. That was one of them. You understand? Right there. And Martin Luther King was with it. He was going along with it. You understand? That's why, and that's not just him. That's all your Christian leaders, all your Christian pastors, everybody that you look up to as something special. They all are on the side of the enemy. Now you going to church and you going in there thinking you praying with them and thinking you worshiping God with them. You're sadly mistaken. You're sadly mistaken. You know what I'm saying? Let me get some more. Get some more real quick. Verse 20. I think I'm gonna go off of what I was reading already. Verse 21. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their God be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world. You understand? These nations know. These nations know that we can't, you know, just do anything we want to them because the Most High is with them. Because how we know how we know the Most High with them? Because they doing what the Most High told them to do. They doing what the Most High said. They not, you know, integrating with our society. They not, you know, worshiping you know what I mean, a cross. They not, you know, setting up Christmas trees in their home. You understand? That's what they know. You know what I mean? So if we just learn to follow the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments, maybe we could have this one day. Maybe we could have the situation where heathens don't bother us no more. Maybe we'll have a situation where we, you know what I mean, are left alone. Just maybe. You know what I'm saying? Let's get Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Book of Deuteronomy 7 and 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. So the word holy means to be set apart. All right. So right here is saying, for we are a holy people, we're a separate people, a people that's meant to be separate from all the other nations. So it looks, how you think the Most High looks at us when we try to join in with the American society, trying to join in being an American. You understand? You turned away from being an Israelite. You don't want to be an Israelite. You want to be African American. You want to be American. You want to be Afro American. You want to be everything. You know what I'm saying? You want to be Venezuelan. You want to be whatever you want to be called them bywords. You want to be called them names that your slave master gave you. You understand? But we want to be everything, but except for what the Most High gave us. But for what except for what the Most High called us. You know what I'm saying? We want to be everything but what the Most High called for us to be, which is to be righteous on this earth, which is to be rulers on this earth. The Most High called us a separate people, a holy people. You know what I'm saying? Let me get some more. Unto himself. I'm gonna start in the middle. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. The Most High chose us to be a special people above all people. It didn't say some. It didn't say a few people. It didn't say most people. It didn't say 99% of people. It said all people. All people we're supposed to be better than. We're supposed to be above every single last one of these heathen nations. You understand? We're supposed to be ruling over top of them, but why are we not? Why are we dying in the ghettos, man? Why are we suffering in the you know what I'm saying, the conditions that we suffering? Why are we the ones being persecuted all the day long? Why are we missing our sons and daughters being kidnapped all over this country, man? Our sons and daughters being kidnapped left and right. That's all I see on my timeline on Facebook, man. We losing our sons and daughters, you know what I'm saying, every day. You know what I mean? And we losing them by kidnapping, slaughter from these cops. You understand? These racist cops. You know what I'm saying? In all of our neighborhoods. You know what I mean? Excuse me. Oh, what's going on? Let me arrange this up for you. Let me arrange this. So we can head back over on this side. We had to. Bear with me, Israel. It's a lot. Yeah, man. So like I was saying, you know what I'm saying? We've been losing our daughters, our sons and daughters, you know what I'm saying, all the day long in this place through kidnapping, through unaliving manslaughter by these racist cops. You understand? By everything. You know what I mean? And how are we gonna fix that? You know what I mean? Are we gonna are we gonna like just let it happen? Or are we gonna, hear out the Most High and what he had to say, or are we just gonna continue to just fall down this death cycle? It don't gotta be that way. It don't have to be that way at all. You know what I mean? Let's see. I'm gonna start again from the top. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. You know what I mean? The Most High chose us for himself, man. He didn't choose us to, be hand in hand, rainbow coalition with these other nations. He didn't have us to be, he didn't make us to be that way. It says in this very scripture, he wanted us to be above all nations of people. We're not above all nations of people right now. Why? Let's figure it out. Let me see. Deuteronomy 27, 28, and 15. 28 and 15. Did you want to grab it?
Yeah,
All right.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. And the Lord will take away from thee.
Yeah, no sweat. I mean, we gotta find out. Find out what where we went wrong at. All right, no sweat.
Verse 15, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments.
See, if we don't listen to the Lord our God, we don't hearken to what he said, which means to listen. If we don't do it, then
and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
These curses that we enduring right now is because we ain't obeying the Most High. You know what I mean? We've been bad children to the Most High. He's been tearing us up because we haven't been obeying what he said for us to do. He told us what to eat and what not to eat, but we continue to eat the filth off the the bottom of the sea.
Right.
You understand? We choose to do all manners of wickedness. You know what I mean? We just had camp in Trenton, New Jersey. Shout out to that. Let's get a Lord a hand for that. You know what I'm saying? We just had camp in Trenton, New Jersey the other day. Brothers and sisters is waking up. You know what I mean? It look a little certain way now, but Lord allow this room to be filled with brothers and sisters in the future.
Right.
You understand? And it will happen. It will happen. Lord will. You know what I'm saying? Brothers and sisters is waking up, and that's a good sign because for far too long, what we've been listening to, we had enough of the other thing, right? We had enough of the your Islamic temples and all that, teaching us how to, serve another God, another Arab God. You know what I mean? When we ain't Arabs. You know what I mean? It bugs me out how I see brothers dressing up like dressing up as dressing up in them garments. What they call them? Them garments, little dresses. I call them dresses. The little dresses that the Muslims be wearing. You know what I'm saying? It bugs me out how you wearing Arab's attire and we're putting the kufi on when you are not an Arab. You're not an Arab. You know what I'm saying? It tripped me out. You know what I mean? But you want to call yourself Muslim rather than an Israelite. Even when we break it down in the scriptures, how what's his name? Ishmael is not even the seed of the promise. You know what I'm saying? We could break all that down, but brothers still don't want to do that because that's the brainwashing of this place, man. That's why in the book of Micah, can I get that Micah 2 and 10? And then unless you want to bring something out, you can bring something out too. You know what I'm saying? But we have Micah 2 and 10. You know what I mean? That's why in the book of Micah 2 and 10, it explains these things. It explains how, this is not, the place we should be chilling out and, thinking that everything all cool and cozy. You know what I'm saying? You got it, bro?
Yeah, Micah 2 and 10. Arise ye and depart.
Arise ye and depart. Out of this place, we have to arise out of this place. Do that mean get on a boat somewhere and go to Ghana? Do that mean get on a boat, go to Africa somewhere? Blackity blacks out there, that blackity black Negroes out there that like thinking that we Africans and things like that. We are not African. But does this mean that we have to physically go somewhere? You know what I mean? Leave America physically. You have to leave America spiritually. You have to leave, the false ideologies that America has to offer. One of them being the Christianity. You know what I'm saying? Another one being Islam. Another one being Islam. Because, what has Islam done for the black community? What has Islam done for the black community? That's what I would like to know for anybody that wants to tune in and put comments in the chat. What has Islam done for the black community? Got somebody in the chat. I think this is my old buddy that I had to embarrass a while ago. You know what I'm saying? What's up, man? What's going on? Tell me how Islam, benefited the black community, if you don't mind. Let me know. I'm waiting on you too. I'm gonna wait on you real quick. I don't got my other books today. Lucky. Come on, keyboard warrior. Come on, man. Tell me how Islam benefited the black community. All right, what you say? What you got? That's not telling me how. That's not prosperity and what? Let me know. Prosperity and what? I don't see how Islam made the black community prosper. Do you see how?
Nah, as far as I can see from Islam is that, let's look at Philadelphia, for example, because, we got brothers in Philadelphia.
Right.
And, that's like Mecca for all that black Muslim stuff, man. You walk down the street, you see brothers with the scar on their forehead. I still don't know why they do that.
I don't either.
I don't see Arabs with the scar on their forehead.
Facts.
And everything. I feel like black people do everything a tad bit different. I guess you got to hit your head on the ground a lot.
Facts.
All right, so you hit your head on the ground a lot. You
got rug burns on their head.
Rug burns. That's what it is. You hit your head on the ground a lot. You got the rug burns on your head. Yeah. That's supposed to be a part of prosperity, but and then you're looking at the crime rate and the ones who selling drugs in Philadelphia right now. They always say they went to prison, took their shahada. It didn't even have to be in Philly. Everybody that we know in Jersey, gangbang culture, go to prison. They get out of prison. And you know what they say? I took my shahada. I'm good. Allah is cool with me. What else they say? They still smoking their weed, though.
Right.
They still smoking their weed. I feel like the imams understand that these brothers are still going to do what they do. They understand that no matter what, these brothers are still going to sell their drugs. They still going to smoke their weed. They still going to be killing each other. But the imam just wants to, out of the ego, have them submit to Allah. I feel like black people, when they turn themselves to, or they submit themselves to the Arab culture, we always been looking for our identity. They found the new identity, and to win over a brother of that nature, to submit to Allah, it means a lot to them.
To make them superior over them, to make them feel superior.
It's an ego thing with these imams, man. But a lot of that wisdom come from the Israelites. A lot of that wisdom about, praying to the east and, fasting. Because Muhammad stole a lot of things from the Israelite culture, a lot of our customs. And he wanted us to submit to his new religion.
Right.
But we did not. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of our forefathers was killed by the sword because of Muhammad.
Facts.
You understand? You could read about these in historical text. So how is that prospering the black and Hispanic community by you giving them another people's identity and not theirs? Mm-hmm. Black people right now need our true identity. We do not need to be considering ourselves second to the Arab people.
Facts.
We're already second and last to everybody on this damn earth.
Right.
We need to come back to the Most High. He just read it in Deuteronomy 7:6, where we will be put, where we are a special people above all people on the face of the earth. And here he goes trying to sit here and say that he has given us prosperity. And why? Because you're reading books now? You understand? Like, get into the I.S.U.P.K. and learn some practical knowledge and learn your true identity.
That's facts. Yeah, get that in hand. Because, he's telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, he brought out a heavy point. In Philly, Commander YAHANNA used to call Philly, the graveyard. Right. A damn graveyard, because, all the murder and all that within our community is going on, and they all Muslim. They Muslims, man. The Muslims is the one selling drugs. The Muslims is the one tearing up the community. You understand? And we can't say anything about it. We definitely gonna call them out on it. I know you know that. You know what I'm saying? I know you know that. Islam has done absolutely nothing for the black community. And in fact, it actually terrorized the black community. You know what I'm saying? Actually embarrassed the black community. You know what I mean? You know how embarrassed I be feeling when I see brothers dressing in them dresses, man. Y'all wearing them dresses all day long, and they stink under them dresses and everything, and with the kufi on, and you smelling like them Arab stinking oils and all that, selling their oils for them. It's a brother in Trenton, New Jersey right now that sells oils down there by I think that's Grant School over there in North Trenton, off of North Clinton. You understand? Like, and he's selling oils for them, and he in the street sweating in his hot behind suit all the time, all day. You know what I'm saying? When he could be doing something better. He could be working for his people, but he's working for them, and he's still second class to their religion, third class to their religion. You know what I mean? They are never going to look at you as an equal. They're never going to look at you as an equal. You know what I'm saying? This is the brotherhood class. This is brotherhood, me telling you, you know what I mean, that you need to, you know what I'm saying, get out of that religion. How don't your forehead hurt? I know your forehead hurt. I know your forehead got all types of burn marks and all that. You need ointment and all that to, take it down. You want to bring something?
Yeah, I got Genesis chapter 17,
Go ahead.
verse 19. Because the brother keep thinking that what he say, the covenant was with them.
Right. Yeah, you gonna bring that up?
Yeah, this is Genesis chapter 17, verse 19. And God said, Sarah thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac, and I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him. Verse 20. And as for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him, and will make him fruitful, and will multiply him exceedingly. 12 princes shall he beget, and I will make him have him a great nation. But my covenant will I establish with Isaac, which Sarah shall bear unto thee at this set time in the next year.
Hey, can I do you one further? First of all, let's go here. Now, Muhammad, he got all. Now, you worshiping. Now, brother, I feel sorry for brothers out there in Islam. You're worshiping Muhammad. You think he's all-knowing and God and all that garbage, right? Muhammad, first off, now, this is a cat right here. Now, first of all, I'm going to rewind it back before I bring this up. This is a cat, I think, last year probably. I asked this brother, are you fine with Muhammad having, a sexual relationship with a 6-year-old girl?
I.S.U.P.K name?
Yeah, I asked him that, and he said something like, that was the past, something like that.
That was the past?
He said something like that. Now, that's not his exact words, but he was getting to the line. Like, I'm going to ask him right now, right? I'm going to ask him right now before I bring that up. So what do you feel about Muhammad being in a sexual relationship with minors? You understand? Mr. Tough Guy. Come on.
You'll defend Muhammad.
Yeah.
You defended Muhammad, but he loved little 6-year-old girls.
Yeah. Explain to me that. Mr. Tough Guy. He was so quick to type everything else. You don't want to say nothing now. Being 9 back. No, this is what he said right here. This is what he said back then. He said being 9 back then was like being 30 today.
Non-Israelite culture.
Yeah. No, wait. First off, he said you need to understand context. My nigga, I don't see. Now, this is the problem with Islam, right? The problem with Islam, you know what? Officer Azar War was in the class when he said it last year. He was in the class. He put in his comment like, hey, yo, listen, man. That's the problem with Islam. The problem with Islam is you get bugged out. You understand? Y'all cats in Islam don't got no sense, man. You over there thinking like an Arab now. You think you see how what the Bible called Ishmael. You know what I mean? The Lord called Ishmael a wild man. Ishmael, the Most High called Ishmael a wild man. And you thinking just like that wild man that sleeps with minors, that has sexual relations with minors, man. And you feel the same way, and you need to go into a mental hospital. You need to go into a psych ward, man, because you bugged out. being 9 back then was like being 30 today. Are you serious? Really, I should just dub you out right now and not even respond to none you talking about. For real. But just to go off what my brother was saying. Now, I'm gonna do him one further. Go to if I go to Romans 9 and 7, you understand? I'll probably read up a couple verses. No, I'm gonna read right here. Romans 9 and 7. And first of all, I can read that. Muhammad got all his so-called wisdom, most of his wisdom from the Israelites. You think he was praying to Mecca the whole time? He wasn't praying to Mecca the whole time. He was praying to Jerusalem. And when we said we wasn't going to follow, we wasn't going to take up his Islamic ways and philosophy and all that, he got upset with us. And he said, you know what? We're not facing. He had his followers not face Mecca no more praying, and he told them to face not he told his followers not to pray to Jerusalem no more and to pray to Mecca. You understand? And he had what the Ramadan. He got that from us. He got that from from the Day of Atonement, and he made it easier for his followers. The Day of Atonement, is way more strenuous than that. You understand? And they be cheating on it. You feel me? Islam is a joke. He gets all his most of his so-called wisdom from the Israelites, man. He gets it from the Bible. You understand? That's what he was reading and taking everything from. The Quran is a goddamn comic book. Dumb. All right, now let me read Romans 9 and 7. Neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called. That's talking about Isaac, man. You know what I'm saying? The father of Jacob, the progenitor of the lost 12 tribes of Israel. That's what it's talking about right here. I mean, it's flat out right there. You know what I mean? So obviously you're wrong in what you're saying. Islam is a joke. It's toilet paper, and you know what I'm saying? It's good. It's excellent toilet paper. When we run out, when the whole epidemic happens again, just get a whole bunch of Qurans. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Handle your business, because Islam is garbage, and it done nothing for the black community. It's done nothing to help us out of this struggle we in. You know what I'm saying? Did you want to bring something out? Or are you too out? You trying to find? Oh yeah. So okay. So Islam has done absolutely nothing for the black community. You know what I mean? And Philadelphia is the proof. You know what I'm saying? Philadelphia is the proof. Philadelphia is the proof. The prison system is the proof. Wait a minute. Before I go there, this summer, I know you've seen it. You know what I mean? You know all things Islam and all that. In Philly, this summer, you seen all the little riots and all that that the Muslims was doing, carrying on back then. You know what I'm saying? That's what Islam produces. See, instead of those brothers, you know what I mean, putting kufis and them little dresses on until I find out the actual term for them for that attire, I'm just say dresses. And instead of them brothers dressing, getting in them dresses, they could be soldiers for the Most High. They could be soldiers, man. They could be getting them all black and serving the true power. But instead, you know what I mean, they in Islam, and they reaping the, you know what I mean, that's the fruits that Islam produces. That's the fruits right there. You are the fruits of what Islam produces. Temp Abdul Azim, you know what I'm saying? Got a, you know what I mean, a Muslim name, got an Islamic name. Not even, I guarantee this a Negro right here. Not even Arab. You know what I'm saying? But like, you're the product of Islam as well. Talking about how, what do you say? Being 9 back then was like being 30 today. Are you serious? Are you serious? Yeah, yeah. So this is a Negro claiming to be you know what I mean, Islam. And what's your name? Temp Abdul Azim.
He said, what did he say?
He's saying I'm black.
He said, I am black. What's the problem?
You know what I'm saying? The problem is that you know what I'm saying, that you in Islam and it's done nothing for you, and you're not an Arab. You're not an Arab, so you got an identity crisis going on. But I ain't about to do too much on it because you already offed yourself with the being 9 back then was like being 30
Right.
today.
It's the Quran.
Mm-hmm.
This is in the Hadith.
Oh yeah, okay.
Book 52, Hadith 25, narrated Aisha. Just a little bit because there's a lot to read.
Mm-hmm.
She said, whenever Allah's messenger intended to go on a journey, he would draw lots amongst his wives and would take with him the one upon whom the lot fell. During a ghazwa of his, he drew lots amongst us, and the lot fell upon me, and I proceeded with him after Allah had decreed the use of the veil by women. So right here we seeing that Aisha was one of his wives. You understand? He used to cast his lots for his journeys, and this is a story about his lot being cast upon Aisha. That's a lot on here. I'm just showing that this is in the Hadith, man. This is in the Quran, and y'all study this stuff. Y'all study, or do y'all hide this stuff? I don't know what y'all do. You understand? But this is in the Hadith. You can find this a reference. This is on the Quran app. You understand? It shows it to you.
He know exactly what you're talking about.
In English, and it also shows it to you in the Arabic. You understand?
Now, no, this ain't us going back and forth with you. You a pedophile. That's it. That's it. You're a pedophile. Doc. You know what I'm saying? And if you really have an issue, you know, we set up camps all over the country. You understand? All over the country. You know what I mean? You should bring your issues to the camp and ask us questions there. You know what I mean? With all your threats and all that garbage. You understand? You're a pedophile. That's it. You clipped. That's it. You know what I mean? Islam is garbage. You want to say something else?
Yeah, it's the Sahih Bukhari. I don't even know if I'm saying anything right, but yeah. It's in the Hadith. It says Aisha, when she was a girl of 6 years of age, and he consumed that marriage when she was 9 years old. This is in the Quran. This is all in the Quran. You understand? Go read your Quran. You over here defending Muhammad. He had a 9-year-old wife. He had a 9-year-old wife.
Let me ask him something. Would you want to say you had a hypothetical 9-year-old daughter? Would you want a grown man to sleep with him? Sleep with her? I'm gonna wait on him.
And that's the consummation. That's the consummation of the marriage. So it tells you right here also, it says the Prophet married her when she was 6 years old, and he consummated his marriage when she was 9 years old. So a few years later, he laid with her.
Negro, answer the question. If you had a hypothetical 9-year-old daughter, would you allow a grown man to sleep with her?
He would.
Listen, that's what he said. He just said if he was an upstanding man and a devout Muslim, then sure. You're done. You're done. Everybody sees who you are now. Everybody sees who you are.
We gotta clip this one.
Yeah, you done. I mean, this nigga's done. You understand? Like,
so like I said, this is 2025. And you just said that was regular back then, right? You try to justify it. This is 2025.
Right. Facts. Yeah.
This is 2025, and you saying that times have changed, basically, right? He's saying times have changed. And now he's saying if it's a devout Muslim, he will allow him to sleep with his 9-year-old daughter.
In present day time.
In 2025.
Oh my God. See how hypocritical you are? And you're a pedophile.
And this is not prosperity. This is not prosperity, man. This is not that's trauma to that 9-year-old girl.
Right.
That's trauma to that 6-year-old girl, right. Aisha. Aisha used to get hit by Muhammad. And you trying to defend Muhammad? This is crazy.
This nigga. We ain't about to keep entertaining you, dog. Like, you just a pedophile, man. Pedophile. You know what I mean? Stop sitting on your couch and whatever, you know what I mean, watching us, hating us. And, you know, you might see us out teaching on the, you know what I mean, teaching at camp one day, man. You know what I'm saying? Or, I don't know, just be bitter and, you know what I mean? But you're the product of Islam. Everybody using you as a prop right now, believe it or not. You're not important at all. We're using you as a prop to show everybody that's watching how destructive Islam is. You know what I mean? How insanely, you know, vile Islam is. You want to say something more?
What do you say?
No, he just in his emotions.
I just want to say, you know, this is the Lord giving us a prime example on how.
Salaki, one second. You know what I'm saying? First off, I'm 500, Salaki. You know, 500. You know what I mean? And we'll teach you to not be a pedophile. We'll teach you to not be, you know what I mean, a sodomite. Because that's what you truly are. You truly a sodomite that loves, you know what I'm saying, what Islam teaches, loves what Muhammad has to offer. You love what Muhammad teaches, man. You love Muhammad's lifestyle. You look up to him. He's your God. You are a sodomite, man. We'll teach you how to not be a sodomite. We'll teach you how to put some boots on, you know what I mean, and getting all black and, you know what I mean, be a soldier for the Most High. That's what we'll teach you. That's just like my fault.
Yeah, this is just a prime example about how Islam has failed the black community. The fact that this man, in a hypothetical question, we're not even saying that he has a 9-year-old daughter or whatever, but because Muhammad has history of dealing with minors, now to this day, this man, to this hypothetical question, is open-minded to allowing a grown man, allowing a big Jamal to deal with his 9-year-old daughter in a hypothetical situation. And this is a prime example of why we need to get out of these false religions, man. We need to get out of these traps of Satan. You know, this spirit that's on our communities and in our environments is all coming from these other nations influencing us. And what we're trying to do in the I.S.U.P.K is take that veil off your eyes and wake you up, and realizing that these other religions and the customs and cultures, they have nothing to offer us. They have no substance, and they have nothing to teach us. They have never been able to get us out of the poverty-stricken position that we are in. And coming to the Lord will put us above all nations on this earth. Helping each other out, gathering ourselves together like Zephaniah 2:1 says, man. That's what we need to do. But we need to gather ourselves together and do the will of the Most High, like Christ did the will of his Father. And we need to follow Christ. You follow Christ, you follow the Father. It's rank and order. You understand? People are losing control. They have a lack of knowledge, and that's why we're destroyed. We have no order in our communities, no more. And we need to get in the I.S.U.P.K and sit next to the wise men and learn something new. We young men, me and Mathumya, young men, sat next to brothers that have been learning this truth and pushing it since 1969. My brother talking about how he's 55 years old. You understand? This truth has been pushed since 1969. This is nothing new. You understand? This comes from the slaves, man. The slaves knew who they was. Harriet Tubman knew who she was. Nat Turner knew who he was. You understand? And that's what we are here to do, man. We here to push this truth. And we ain't going nowhere. You can send all the threats you want. It ain't nothing new. It ain't nothing new. This is something to die for.
Right.
You understand? This is actually something to die for. You understand? That's all I say.
The thing is, the Lord's going to be with us. What you brought out was so heavy. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's going to be with the U.P.K, and we rise above everybody. We have no peers. You know what I'm saying? We above every other little, you know, everybody that claim to be having some knowledge or whatever. Jesus Christ is the only leader for black people. Right. That's it. And that's all. You know what I mean? He's the greatest, you know what I mean, man that ever walked this earth. He lived a perfect life, you know what I mean, for our behalf, you know, so like lived the perfect life and died on our behalf.
Right.
When he should be here right now. He should be right here right now. I shouldn't be here. You know what I mean? We shouldn't be here.
Right.
You know what I mean? We done did sin in the past. You know what I'm saying? We sinned in the past. And our lives should be taken for that. But you know what I mean? Because of one man, you know, he lived the perfect life. He lived the perfect life and said, you know what, man, I'm gonna take that bid for him. I'm gonna do that for him. Y'all make sure y'all live right. Y'all make sure y'all take care of yourself, take care of y'all little brothers, man. Y'all make sure y'all live the right way. And I'm gonna do this for y'all. And he did it. You know what I'm saying? So he gave us the best solution, the best military game plan right now, which is brotherhood. Brotherhood, loving your brothers, loving your sisters. You understand? Forgiving one another, having mercy on one another, getting into, you know what I mean, loving your own people and not loving another nation, not loving what another nation has to offer as far as their philosophy goes. You know what I'm saying? That's when we start to go off. You know what I mean? That's when we start to go left. You know what I mean? So just, you know what I mean, just understand we have to, you know what I mean, stay on a narrow path. Don't fall for none of these you know, these heathens out here getting you caught up in their religion, man, because they're gonna have you thinking just like them. You know what I'm saying? That's it on that. That's it on that. You know what I mean? Look at the book of Hosea 6:4.
Come on.
Or Hosea 6 and shit, am I on the right one? 4 and 6.
It's the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. You know what I mean? The brother that was just in the chat, man, he's a starch, you know, Muslim. He's a staunch Muslim, you know what I mean, that loves Islam, loves everything about it. You know what I mean? Defends it all the way until the end. Even to the point where he gets, you know what I'm saying, exposed for being, you know, a PDF. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? When he's destroyed for lack of knowledge. You know what I mean? The scripture gonna break it down.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
Mm-hmm.
That thou shalt be no priest to me.
Yeah, so because we rejected knowledge, we want to be Muslim, we want to be Christian, we want to be African American, we want to be Arabs. You understand? Since we want to, you know what I mean, go into them other things, the Lord rejected us for that. You know what I'm saying? He rejects us for that, man. It's another one. Romans 10, I believe, 10 and 1. Romans 10 and 1, if I'm not mistaken. I think this is the one I was looking for. 10 and 1. Yup, that's it. Yeah. Well, no, 10 and you can skip down to verse. No, you can start at verse 1.
Romans 10 and 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved.
You know what I mean? Paul said this, man. Paul said, man, my heart's desires for Israel that they might be saved. Paraphrasing. You know what I mean? That Israel be saved, not the Arabs. Not the Arabs. The Arabs don't need saving right now. They got their own hospitals, believe it or not. They got their own, you know, ambulances come with the hospitals. They got their own everything that we don't have. They're better off than us. You feel me? Let's get some more.
Verse 2. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge.
They have a zeal for God, but not according to knowledge. The brother right here, he has a zeal, believe it or not. He has a zeal. He has zeal, but it's not according to God, man. It's according to PDF Epstein file type, right, you know, stuff you got going on, man. It's according to that. It's according to Epstein, Donald Trump Epstein file list, you know, type of thing you got. It's not, you know, according to God. You feel me? It's according to Diddy activity. That's what you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what his zeal is about. Not to get on him too much, but he's said a lot. You know what I mean? We have a zeal for God, but it's not according to knowledge. We have a zeal to go into, to find God in every little thing that we might think in our head God might be in, like Islam for one, Christianity for one, Seventh-day Adventists for one, Buddhism for another one. You understand? Hinduism, you know what I mean? Brothers growing their dreads, getting dreads and all that, twisting their hair up. You don't even know that's Hindu culture. You know what I'm saying? That's East Indian culture to do that, man. You know what I mean? That's not our culture. That's not what we supposed to be doing. That's not even a lock. In the Bible, a lock is a braid. A lock is a braid. Strands coming together, strands being braided together. Find that in your Bible dictionary. You understand? That's, you know what I mean? Locks is braids. But we have a zeal for God, and we go into all these other garbage religions. All garbage religions. Because all religion is garbage. You know what I mean? Religion is, it's like a cancer to the black community. Every last one of them. Because we go in all them religions, but we don't know who we are at the end of the day. You could spend 10, 20, 5 decades in studying the religion and being a part of a religion and being devoted to that one religion or many religions, as people in the world do. Niggas in the world be Muslim, Christian, and all that garbage at the same time. You know what I mean? No loyalty at all whatsoever. You don't know what you are. You know what I'm saying? You'll be in all them religions and you don't know what nation you come out of. You understand? You don't know what nation you are. Is any more on that?
Verse 3. For they, being ignorant of God's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness.
You know what I mean? Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Brothers and sisters out there, we've been, you know what I mean? You ignorant to God's righteousness. So you go about to gain your own righteousness, to go about your own righteousness, whatever you deem is right in your head. You know what I'm saying? You think, smoking weed it come from the earth. It come from the earth. It's a plant. It's it's a this, it's a that. You know what I'm saying? You gonna smoke crack too? That derives from a plant as well. You understand? Heroin come from a plant as well. You gonna do all those things too? I don't do all that hard stuff. I just do this, you know what I'm saying? You say you smoke, weed and it come from the earth. All that garbage come from the earth too. It's just the problem is it's not that you think that it come from the earth or whatever. You just too weak, unfortunately, to fight that demon and understand that, you're giving into your flesh. You're giving into your flesh. You're giving into your lust. You understand? Life is about warfare.
Right.
Life is about warfare in all aspects, man. We in a spiritual warfare right now. The spiritual warfare is, if you didn't know, a mental warfare. A war going on with your mind. How you can change your mind from being one way, from being on the left-hand side to the right-hand side. You know what I mean? How you can, stop giving into your flesh. I know your flesh wants you to eat that pork, eat the ham sandwich. Your flesh wants you to go to that Christmas party, go to that Thanksgiving party. You know what I mean? If your flesh wants you to go to them, Halloween parties. You understand? Dress up as a Halloween character or whatnot. Your flesh wants you to give into that, but are you going to fight? Are you going to fight, or are you going to are you just going to give in? Are you going to give in and be like the rest of the people out there that don't give a damn about nothing? They just want to have a cool time while they're here on earth. What they say, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. You know what I'm saying? That right there, that go along with YOLO and all that garbage, man. What's that scripture? That scripture where it says, This is the whole matter, the whole duty of man. Grab that for me.
Yeah.
The whole duty of man. You know what I'm saying? Life is real simple. If you're a Black and Hispanic Native American man, life is simple. You know what I'm saying? This is it right here.
Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments.
Fear God and keep his commandments. It said, let us hear the whole conclusion. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments. That's what it said, right? You can read it again from the top.
Fear God and keep his commandments.
Fear God and keep his commandments. That's what we must do. That's all life is about. All life is about. And it's going to be battles. It's going to be hard comings. You understand? It's going to be things getting in your way of you trying to do certain things. But the key is to fight, man. The key is to battle, to fight your way through, man. And the Lord going to be with you in it, man. If he sees you genuine and trying to stay strong in the fight, you know what I mean? Stay strong and being righteous. You know what I mean? Any man trying to fight to be righteous, tooth and nail, man. The Lord is going to be with you, man. But you have to fight. All right, with that, I'm going to end the class right there. Unless you want to bring something out, brother. Yeah, so I'm going to end the class right there, man. This is Precinct Officer 500 Muthumyad out of I.S.U.P.K. So out of 1 West on the 25th Street Hall, New York. Under Commander during YAHANNA. We've been teaching the truth about the Bible since 1969, being that the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are God's chosen people, and that the oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. All right, and with that, man, shalom. I'll see y'all next Tuesday, man. Y'all join me up in here, the UN Library, man. The UN Library. Be up in here next Tuesday, 5:30 to 7:30, man. I'm expecting some people next week, man. Y'all come in, you know what I mean, show your face, come into class, man, teach you about the truth, man. And you know what I mean, we're gonna get it on, all right? So shalom.